All right, so your last bag is the electrical.
Correct.
Excellent. By the way, how do you get these made?
You can either eBay or Amazon. You basically pick the size and the color, and then you just type in the descriptions of what you want, and then they stitch them all and they send them to you.
That's super cool.
It's like $2.50 a tag.
And these bags come with the Velcro
Correct,
line?
yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right, so in the electrical box we have...
So this isn't really electrical, but it fits in here. This is just a super siphon, you know, because you never know when you have to siphon something. A spare piece of fuel line for the Defender, and a lot of times I'll use fuel line for chafing.
Okay.
I'll take a piece of hose, I'll cut a little section of it, and then I'll slit it down the middle.
Yep.
And then I'll wrap it around something that's getting chafed, put a couple zip ties on it. So this isn't really electrical, but this is spare airline for my lockers.
Yep. Good.
And then quick connect fittings, unions, various airline fittings.
It's good to have.
You know, you got to have wire cutters.
Absolutely. And strippers.
This is a wire stripper, real basic, cheap one, but I mean it works good. You just snap it together and it just pulls the wire back and strips it. I think that's a little dirty, but
what are these guys for?
I have spare relays.
Relays for this is Defender specific.
No. These are just relays. Like you know, I mean, so you can pop the relay out. But this is the holder for the relay.
Okay.
So if you need like a relay for your
switch,
it's standard Bosch style.
Okay,
relay.
got it.
But it just has the holders, and then I have the pins that go in there. So if somebody, I said I'm always fixing people's electrical. So if somebody they fried their relay, I could put a new wire in it, a new relay harness, and a relay.
Okay.
Gotta have fuses.
Yep, gotta have a ton of fuses.
And these are various types of connectors, you know, spades. These little, these are great. Actually, I'll take one of these out because I never knew about these until one of my friends showed me. So there's actually two types. And I like soldering, but in a pinch. So this, you just unscrew it. Mm-hmm. And then you slip the wire in the hole, strip the end of it, and then it's, you know, it's metal on the inside. So basically you you put the wire through it, and then you screw it, and it just compresses the wire in there.
Yeah.
So if you don't solder, it's like a butt connector, but you don't have to crimp it.
Yep.
And so that's a great little trail fix. This is a similar one where one wire goes in here, and then the other end has a T that splices into something. So if you're tapping into an existing wire with a third wire, and you don't want to properly solder and heat shrink it, you can do that in a pinch.
Yep. Heat shrink?
Yeah, I have all kinds of various heat shrink.
Gotta have blue and red for sure.
Yeah.
I have black and red. That's all I carry.
I do have. Milwaukee makes an M18 heat gun, which is great for heat shrink.
Nice.
But I just bring a lighter for the trail because it's easier. But just little scraps of wire.
Absolutely.
You know,
every gauge.
like little alligator clips and stuff, just because you never know what you're going to have to fix. Couple fuse holders. This is actually. I was telling you about this earlier, Don.
Yeah.
This is what I use if I were to kill the main battery in the Defender, because I would hook this to my lithium and the other side to my main battery.
Okay.
And then I would let it backfeed into it for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't jump off the lithium,
right.
but I can charge the main battery off of it if I hook this guy up.
Got it.
Or I can use it if somebody needs
now, when
some
you're saying you hook that up, are they both grounded to the same ground?
They are, correct. Okay. Yeah. So I only really need to carry this.
You could also use like if you have jumper cables.
Yeah.
And like you can cut them for repair or something.
And then I carry just a teeny little emergency inverter. You know, like if my inverter were to die and I had to, it's just a little cheapy 100-watt one.
Totally.
You know, like before I put an inverter in here, I would use this to like charge my old drone battery or something, you know.
Yeah.
Just something to have. I have a spare Baofeng charger.
Okay.
For you GMRS guys when they have to use the Baofeng instead of the ham. This is actually good. Wire dryer. So in my old Classic that had a coil, had regular ignition with a coil, I went through a puddle and it died.
All right.
Because the distributor got wet.
And so you just spray this
on
it?
It dries the water.
Water goes off and then it evaporates.
You pull the cap off.
Yeah.
And you spray it. And then it dries it.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Or you just sit and wait quite a while.
Yeah. Gunk. Heavy duty wire dryer. All right.
You gotta have a multimeter. You gotta have a good multimeter.
I like that.
You know, voltage, continuity, and I actually use the clamp meter a lot. We used it with Don's today to see how much is solar.
Yeah, what was he doing on solar?
Well, he wanted to see how much power was making.
Yeah.
So you basically put the wire through like that. Yeah. You zero it, and then once current goes through, it measures the current DC or AC. So you can actually see how many amps he was getting off his solar panel.
I have the same one at home, and when we were talking about it, I was like, oh, who's going to carry that?
Yeah.
Oh, Nick's going to have it.
So, I mean, continuity. I use it for continuity probably more than anything.
Yeah, just to make
Something
sure
doesn't
the
work.
flow's
Like,
going.
is there a connection there? You know,
that's way much easier than using a
test light.
Yep,
Yeah.
or a multimeter.
Getting something fixed is all about having the right tool.
Yeah.
Period, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, it's totally true. Maybe you could do most jobs without all these, and it would just take you twice as long.
For sure.
Having the right tool, you get it done quickly, get back on the road.
Yeah.
It's not dark.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, imagine using like a hacksaw to cut the end of the highway.
Yeah.
Leave it all day or something, you know?
I think we would have given up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you to show us, after you put these away, that one last bag that you have.